So we have been running the Torvo TD3 for a while, and honestly, we did not expect much at first. We have all seen those entry-level dash cams on Amazon that promise 4K super crisp footage and night vision like the military, and 9 times out of 10 they look like a flip phone camera from 2007. Basically, we wanted something slim and low profile that'd blend easily with our setup. Saw this dash cam randomly on the internet, liked its low profile design, so we stopped guessing and lived with it through real, everyday driving and some summer afternoons. And today, we'll walk through the details, performance, footage quality, convenience, and everything that actually matters before you buy a dash cam. Out of the box, the kit looks tidy. The main unit feels balanced in the hand, not too heavy, not too light, and the buttons under the screen give a clean click without needing to push them too hard. In this box, we get the rear camera with a cable long enough for a big SUV, a power cord for the 12-volt socket, an adhesive mount, the electrostatic sticker if you want a cleaner removal later, the manual, and a 64 gig card already installed. For a sub-$100 setup, we think that's a win. We could literally mount it and go without looking for storage on day one. Installation, we'd say, is pretty simple and straight. We mount it high behind the rear-view mirror, run the wire under the headliner, drop down the A-pillar while staying clear of the airbag path, and tuck it along the trim. As you can see, the setup looks clean enough and does not dangle. The rear camera takes a few extra minutes to route along the headliner and into the hatch, and nothing felt too complicated. On the back, the screen is a 3.2-inch IPS, bright enough to see in daylight when we are framing the view. One practical choice we appreciate right away, the TD3 uses a supercapacitor instead of a lithium battery. That matters when the car stays too long in the sun. Lithium cells can swell or die early in heat. A supercap just handles it. And as it's an overlanding build, it was one of our main concerns. The menu felt simple and fast. We can switch resolution between 2K and 4K right here, set loop recording length, turn time-lapse on, and choose the interval, toggle audio recording, adjust G-sensor sensitivity, and turn date and GPS stamps on or off. There is a plate number field if we want our license in the overlay. For the rear view, there is a mirror preview mode, a video mirror option, or we leave the live rear feed off. We also see screensaver settings, volume, click sounds, speaker level, and boot up sound. Language support covers English, a few Chinese variants, Russian, Thai, and Vietnamese. The basics are here too: date and time, GPS test, time zone, speed calibration, and a quick MPH or KPH flip. For connectivity, we have Wi-Fi toggle, app pairing, and at the end, the utilities. Format SD card, reset to defaults, and firmware info. Now, navigating through the interface felt seamless, which we don't usually see on a dash cam in this budget range. Now the app is called Viduri. Now, budget dash cam apps usually cut some slack, so we had to be picky. Pairing over 5G Wi-Fi is quick and fast. As soon as we connect, the live feed comes up from the dash cam. The feedback was real-time, and we didn't notice any latency there. On-screen controls are right here, and we can pause recording or snap a still, right from the phone. The file browser is right here, as you can see. The clips show as thumbnails with timestamps, and the camera saves in 30-second segments. We think that when you are looking for a lane change from a while back, short segments are faster than scrubbing through a 10-minute-long file. Playback can be done through the app, which makes sense here. Downloading to the phone is a matter of seconds, as you can see, without pulling the card or digging out a reader. In settings, the app is almost the same as the camera controls. We can switch between 2K and 4K, choose loop length, flip the rear mirror mode, turn date and GPS stamps on or off, and adjust collision sensitivity. We keep the G-sensor on low or medium so every speed bump does not turn into an emergency lock that clogs storage. There is no cloud storage here, which keeps things simple and private. As long as we're within Wi-Fi range of the dashcam, we can pull footage, check files, or change settings right on the spot. No accounts to open, no subscriptions to deal with, and no waiting on a signal. Now, if we talk footage, the front camera records 4K at 30 frames per second with wide dynamic range running full time to balance bright and dark areas. In daylight, video looks crisp with natural color. It is easy to pause and read street signs or plates at reasonable distances. The lens is wide enough to feel like we are seeing almost the whole lane layout without that exaggerated bubble at the edges. Even straight lines near the corners look straight, so it feels natural to the eye. It does not offer 60-frame recording even if we drop to 2K. But for evidence, 4K 30 felt like the right call, and it's more efficient storage. At night, the starlight low-light tuning plus the wide dynamic range keeps the picture usable under streetlights and in most parking lots. Headlights and brake lights do not blow up the whole frame. The camera hangs onto detail around them. When a car passes through the frame, plates often stay readable under decent lighting. In places without any ambient light, yes, you will see some noise. But in this price class, the night video is better than expected and, more importantly, it captures the real-world details we actually need. Who pulled out, who crossed a line, what color and model that car was, and often a plate as soon as it moves under a light. The rear camera records in full HD and lands in that good budget rear zone. The view is wide enough that we are not just seeing the car behind us, we are catching action in the next lanes too, which matters for side swipes and tailgaters weaving in and out. For the parking mode, this setup looks for motion and impacts using the G sensor and motion detection. When it detects movement or a jolt, it quietly records a short clip, roughly 30 seconds, and locks that file so loop recording does not overwrite it. There is no blinking light to advertise itself. It just does the job in the background. Out of the box, impact sensitivity is too aggressive for our taste. It can flag potholes or door closes as events. We take it down to medium or low, and that dials it in so it triggers when someone walks close or bumps the bumper. But it ignores passing shadows and distant movement. That balance makes parking mode useful rather than noisy. Another great feature of this one is it has GPS built in. It stamps speed and coordinates on the video if we want it. We can toggle both overlays off for privacy. Now, if we had to call out weak points honestly, there is no 60-frame recording at any resolution. It is not using a high-end Sony sensor like some other premium models. There is no cloud backup or ADAS suite, which most people turn off anyways as they're quite inaccurate and annoying. So, if your bar is absolute best plate capture in ugly low light, this is obviously not the category you should look for. Most dash cams with those features usually cost more than $200. Now, if we had to say its verdict, its front camera records in 4K 30 with always-on wide dynamic range, which is what keeps daylight sharp and night scenes usable. Rear camera records full HD, wide enough to cover the lane behind plus the edges of the ones next to you. The screen is a 3.2-inch IPS that you can see in daylight. The power system uses a supercapacitor, which is the heat-tolerant choice for cars that sit in the sun. The app connects over 5G Wi-Fi, shows a near real-time feed, saves clips in 30-second segments with thumbnails and timestamps, and lets us download directly to the phone. Parking mode uses motion and impact triggers and locks clips automatically. GPS is built in with speed and location overlay, plus calibration and quick unit switching. If that mix lines up with what you need, the TD3 is easy to recommend. If you value top-tier night plates at speed and the whole feature stack that comes with pricier brands, you will want to keep shopping higher. For most daily drivers who want clear evidence, simple setup, stable heat behavior, and quick clip pulls on demand, this camera makes sense. We'll put the link in the description in case you're interested in getting one. And that was more or less everything on the Torvo TD3 dashcam. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, as we'd love to hear from you. And for everything else, like, share, and subscribe if you want more in-depth reviews like this on your feed.